Hey there, good morning. It's Saturday, and let's see what we got over you. I am going to read with the English Magic Tarot this morning. They have been reading quite well for me, and they came in a, is it within reach? Let's see. They came in this very large box, which doesn't fit well on a bookshelf. And so when I get tarot cards like that are boxed inappropriately for personal storage, I hand make a box. And so I handmade this box yesterday. And it's actually one of my better boxes. Look at that. It's so nice. Look at that. Okay. So these cards are like fascinatingly ugly. They're like a comic book art. And I totally dig them. The accompanying book is good. It has some insights on some of the cards that are helpful, but it's pretty traditional universal tarot reading. So without further ado, Petunia has had a raucous morning, running around the room just before dawn, woke me up. I love it when she does that. It's really cute. What is the energy? People watching. What is the energy? We need to shift. Not quite. So from underneath, we have the Page of Swords. It's getting information, getting messages, sudden insights. Can be looking into the past. This is nice. I like it already. Five of Cups. Regret, remorse. Not appreciating the past for what it is, thinking about the past, bad feelings about the past. Nice way to sum it up. Magician, moving to the Magician. Ability to do anything. Anything is possible, and having the tools to do all of it. And with our method being the Queen of Cups. Intuition, creativity. She is one stern-looking Queen of Cups. I'll pull a couple extra on her. Let's get a little more detail on that thought, shall we? So our clarifiers, which all came together at once. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, this is really nice. Page of Wands, fresh steps, fresh outlook, temperance, balance, divine intervention, divine help, knowing the universe has your back. Also decision making, but I don't think that applies here necessarily. And the King of Cups, the mate to the Queen of Cups, who is the master of creativity. He's also a master of his emotions, keeps it under control, doesn't lose his shit about stuff. He's got it all in hand. So what I'm seeing here, this is really nice, is this kind of a feeling, this sense that we have reinforced really by, you can see the Five of Cups looking at the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords looking backward in the frame at us. moving forward but looking backward. That's sort of a harsh look of the past, and kind of feeling, I feel like there's a little why me here, why this, why? When in fact, what we're moving toward is the magician, which is anything is possible. You just have to get yourself in line with it, align with it. Queen of Cups as our method, really supported by her team of the Page of Wands, Temperance, and the King of Cups. She's on it. She knows what to do. She is creative, and what I can say about that is being creative. I think all of us are being creative in all kinds of new ways. That discovering the creativity itself has become a creative act. I know a lot of people and I think I've said this before, who talk about not being creative. I don't have a creative bone in my body. Well, we tend to align. I actually feel like the word creative is a 4-letter word. It's what my family used to say to me when I would come up with crazy ideas that later became my vocation, and has been quite a gift to the nonprofit organizations that I work for, to productions I've worked on, to musicians I've worked with. Bhajan is a product of that special kind of creativity. Creativity is something that I don't understand it. I don't understand how it came about. Therefore, it is something that is born of creativity. And what I started to say is, my family used to say, "Yeah, you're so creative," in that kind of a weird tone, really off-putting. There's a professor at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute who taught a class about creativity because she didn't understand it. She taught in the art school. I just want to understand what creativity is all about. These things relegate it to something as creativity as something that is unusual, maybe a little witchy, weird. I don't understand it, so it's creative. Well, everything is creative. I mean, literally, the world is creative. The whole nature itself is creative by its own nature. That's what it does, is it creates. A lot of arguments that science is using now, bad science, dark science, is using now for things like, genetically modified food and such like that, is the argument behind it is like, well, nature spontaneously mutates. That's spontaneous creation. That is true. Nature does not mutate in the way that genetically modified science modifies nature. Nature doesn't spontaneously create a goat that spins spider webs instead of producing milk. Nature also doesn't turn against itself. It defends itself, but it doesn't turn against itself. So a genetically modified ear of corn that basically acts as Ebola for the insects that eat it, drying their intestines up so that they become dead husks. Nature doesn't do that. It will develop a thicker exterior husk so that the insects can't get into to eat the fruit. So, I'm going to relate those thoughts. Sorry for editorializing, but I'm going to relate those thoughts to this. This is a darker past, right? And we have this opportunity here. We can do anything. We are discovering our creativity, and that's the fresh outlook. Page of Wands. I'm delivering this message to you. Hello. What will you do with that message? Look at how this person with Temperance, look at the creativity in that. This person has put their head underwater, but behind looks like a female. She's wearing a dress. Behind her back, she is mixing wine from cup to cup. I mean, this is absolutely impossible. This is a miracle. A crazy, weird, maybe a little bit scary miracle, but it's fitting for the situation we're in. And the King of Cups is right there. That's masculine and feminine energies uniting. He's keeping it together. We're keeping it together while we discover this. It's kind of the beauty of it is not freaking out. Focusing on what we can do that's creative, knowing that this is what we're being asked to do. And I think that that's really what temperance is here. Yes, the universe has our back, but the universe is always also, asking us to step up. We have to do the work. And the work is actually fun. Maybe a better word for creative is, or a different word, has a slightly different connotation, inventive. And the magician can do it. And he has all the tools. Here, the tools are all here. All the suits are present. And he's levitating. We can manifest whatever we want. Create it. It's not manifesting. Manifesting is like drawing it out of nothing. There's no, well, actually, it's not true. I was going to say there's no alchemy here, but actually the temperance card is the alchemy card. That is our alchemy. Raising something to a higher vibration from a lower vibration. Taking this, dwelling on the past. Dwelling on the past, which in our case is like, why isn't it the way it was? I'm guilty of this. I've been doing it. Like, dang, I'd really like to go out and have a beer at a place, hang out with some people, and have a virtual hangout with some friends of mine tonight. And I'm acutely aware of how much I miss them. Seeing them. I feel like I want to talk more about this creative impulse, the intuitive output. But I then think that this would become an outrageously long video because it's something I've actually quite profoundly and quite honestly committed my entire life to, is creative discovering inventiveness, inventing things all the time. That's what composing is. I invent the puzzle and then I put the pieces together and make a picture, some kind of coherent sonic experience. The inventive piece, I was going to talk about Bhajan. The inventive piece of writing Bhajan, and this is where, this is a parable, I think this is relevant to all of us. I had, Robin Lawrence, the violinist that recorded it, had a long-running commitment for a new piece. But she'd been ill for 5 years, and hadn't played violin in 5 years. And this is somebody who's doing all the A-list stuff, She's on soundtrack, she's on Animaniacs soundtrack, she's, TV movies, she's played for Barbra Streisand, Michael Jackson, done tons of work for Eric Clapton, you name it, plus all the championing that she's done for new music. So I wrote a piece of music that was an hour long. It was physical therapy that she could play. And she played it and premiered it. We recorded it. Limitations can be the source of your invention. And I'm going to leave it there. Thanks. See you tonight. Sunday night movies coming up. Sunday, tomorrow. Bye.